processo di islamizzazione dell'Europa che è molto distante dai valori della nostra civiltà. E io penso che ci sia un problema di compatibilità tra la cultura islamica o certa interpretazione della cultura islamica e i diritti e i valori della nostra civiltà. A me non sfugge che la gran parte dei centri culturali islamici in Italia sono finanziati dall'Arabia Saudita e l'Arabia Saudita è una nazione che a casa sua applica la Sharia e Sharia significa lapidazione per l'adulterio, pena di morte per apostasia, pena di morte per omosessualità. Credo che queste questioni vadano poste, che non vuol dire generalizzare sull'Islam, vuol dire porre il problema che c'è in atto un processo di islamizzazione dell'Europa che è molto distante dai valori della nostra civiltà. E io penso.
Have you heard the claim that Europe is being Islamized? It's a topic that often sparks heated debates and divisive opinions. In the face of rising immigration and shifting demographics, many people worry about what the future holds for European culture and identity. Some even suggest that Islam is slowly taking over the continent, changing its traditions, politics, and values. But is this really the case? Or is it just a narrative built on fear and misconceptions? Let's dive into the facts and see whether Europe is truly on the brink of an Islamic transformation, or if these claims are simply exaggerated. Across Europe, the Muslim population has been steadily increasing, largely due to immigration and higher birth rates among Muslim communities. Countries like Germany, France, and the UK have seen significant growth in their Muslim populations in recent years, a trend that's expected to continue into the coming decades. According to reports, by 2050, Muslims could make up around 10 of Europe's total population, an increase from about 5 today. While this might sound dramatic, it's important to put this into perspective. Even with this growth, Christians would still make up the majority of Europeans, though their numbers may decline as secularism rises. So, while Muslims will certainly represent a larger share of the population, it's crucial to understand that this doesn't necessarily mean an Islamization of European society. The fear of Islamization is often associated with the rise of far-right political movements across Europe, who claim that the influx of Muslim immigrants poses a threat to European identity and values. In countries like Germany, movements such as Pegida, Patriotic Europeans Against the Islamization of the West, have gathered large numbers of supporters, protesting what they perceive as the erosion of Europe's cultural and religious foundations. These groups argue that Islamic customs, laws, and practices are infiltrating European societies, fundamentally altering their way of life. This rhetoric has only intensified following major events, such as the terrorist attacks in Paris and Brussels, which were carried out by individuals claiming to represent Islam. It's no surprise that such incidents have fueled anxiety over the potential dangers posed by Muslim communities in Europe. However, when you examine the numbers and the actual influence of Islamic culture on European society, the picture isn't as clear-cut as some may portray. Despite the growing Muslim population, Europe remains overwhelmingly Christian in its cultural and historical roots. Islam, while undeniably present, does not dominate European public life in the way some fear. Most European Muslims live in secular societies, where religion is separate from state affairs. The influence of Islamic law, Sharia, on national policies is minimal, and Muslims in Europe, like all citizens, engage with the legal and political systems that are based on secular values. Moreover, the vast majority of Muslims in Europe do not want to impose their religious beliefs on others or challenge European norms. They simply want to integrate and coexist peacefully in their new communities. In fact, the narrative of Islamization often overlooks the significant challenges faced by Muslim communities in Europe. These communities deal with issues such as discrimination, economic marginalization, and political alienation. Far from being a monolithic group seeking to take over European culture, Muslims in Europe are diverse individuals with different levels of religiosity, cultural backgrounds, and life experiences. For many, the struggle is not about Islamizing Europe, but rather about achieving acceptance and equal opportunities in societies that have often been reluctant to embrace them. When we look at the claim of Islamization, we need to separate fact from fear. Yes, Europe's demographic landscape is changing. And yes, the Muslim population will continue to grow. But these changes don't equate to the takeover of European societies by Islam. Instead, they reflect a dynamic, evolving continent where different cultures, religions, and traditions coexist. And some traditions coexist and sometimes clash in a complex and ongoing process of integration. As Europe faces new challenges, it's crucial to approach these debates with nuance, acknowledging the facts without succumbing to fear, mongering, or division. Europe's future is one of multiculturalism, but that doesn't mean it's being Islamized. It's simply adapting to the changing world around it. So, is Europe really being Islamized? The evidence just doesn't support that alarmist narrative. Yes, Muslim communities are growing, and yes, Europe is becoming more diverse, but that's not the same as cultural or religious takeover. The reality is far more complex, rooted in shifting demographics, evolving identities, and the challenges of integration in a globalized world. What we're seeing isn't the fall of European civilization. It's a test of its resilience, its values, and its ability to adapt without losing itself. If you found this video thought-provoking, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more topics into global issues. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Europe is handling these changes well? Or are there lessons still to be learned? Either way, the conversation isn't over, and your voice matters. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay informed, stay curious.